I'm getting my COVID-19 vaccine.
Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in.
And documenting all my side effects. Bam! The soreness set in. But with cases of infection among those who are vaccinated, how protected am I?
Now what we're seeing are actually mutants, which are quite different from the original strand.
Talking Point, tonight, 9:30 p.m. on CNA.
From the top stories in Asia.
A quicker, portable way of testing for COVID-19 in just 5 minutes.
To breaking news in the US and Europe.
US President-elect Joe Biden is set to formally introduce his top economic team.
With an eye on markets opening across the world.
Wall Street's major indices all closed the month with double-digit percentage gains.
It's the one bulletin that offers you a global perspective. World Tonight, daily, on CNA. Have fun while breaking a sweat on your next visit to Gangnam. Enjoy the weightlessness of bungee fitness. Or learn the health benefits of pole dancing. So don't miss the opportunity to feel the burn with the latest workout trends in Korea. Gangnam Insiders Picks, Sunday on CNA. This program is brought to you by the Gangnam-gu office.
In 1977, we took air travel to a whole new level when it comes to exclusivity.
4 Singaporeans go back in time to search for more answers from Singapore's past.
What was the experience on the Concorde like?
The pilots can actually see the curvature of the Earth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
From tracking down a legendary white crocodile.
We have here the only mention of white crocodile, Buaya Putih, in the Straits of Singapore.
There's this element of, what's the truth there?
To uncovering what used to lie under an iconic building.
This great building here is very curious.
What we're looking at is the full extent of Kampung Glam, actually.
What else lies forgotten in the vault of time?
In the early days, you could just walk into a shop and buy a gun.
Wait, so back then, people could keep guns at home?
Oh, we had guns at home. My father was a gun owner.
Wow.
Watch Into the Vault 3 on demand at cna.asia.
Welcome back in business. Indonesia's government reportedly intends to propose a sunset policy to encourage the declaration of unreported assets. This is similar to a previous tax amnesty program, but with much higher penalty rates. And it will also come with an incentive to invest in government bonds. While the government hopes the plan will improve tax compliance in the world's 4th most populous country with 270 million people, as just 15% of them are registered as taxpayers. Of these, just 3% or 12 million people file tax returns. Penalty rates for the so-called sunset policy are expected to range between 12.5% and 30% of asset value. Those found with undeclared assets thereafter will be further penalized. The previous amnesty launched in President Joko Widodo's first term was regarded as among the most successful in the world after uncovering assets worth $330 billion. However, the program attracted less than 1 million taxpayers. Well, the U.S. Senate has advanced a sweeping package of legislation aimed to boost the country's ability to compete with Chinese technology. It includes about $190 billion for provisions to strengthen U.S. technology in general and $54 billion to raise production of semiconductors, microchips, and telecom equipment. If it passes both houses of Congress, it will be sent to U.S. President Biden to sign it into law. He's set to unveil a $6 trillion budget later today. In a speech in Ohio, President Biden made it clear once again that he wants to sharpen U.S. competitiveness against China and across the globe.
We must be number one in the world to lead the world in the 21st century. It's a simple proposition. And the starting gun has already gone off. We can't afford to fall any further behind. Now's the time to build the foundation that we've laid.
US firms have been forced to cut production amid the global chip shortage. And this has not only affected the automakers, but is also now starting to spill over into other sectors. PC makers HP and Dell both warn that chip shortages could impact their ability to meet demand for laptops this year. Both firms posted strong quarterly earnings, with revenue jumping on the back of continued demand for computers. Dell's revenue rose 12% to $24.5 billion in the first quarter, while HP's PC-related sales rose 27%. They expect demand for laptops to remain, with people needing to work and learn remotely. Border closures and travel restrictions amid the pandemic have kept many Singaporeans within the confines of their tiny island nation for more than a year now, and many have picked up some form of recreation or hobby to help fill up their time. Others have used the opportunity to turn a passion into a profitable enterprise.
Samsudin Ishak ended up having a lot of time on his hands after the COVID-19 pandemic hit.
After the pandemic, we were out of job. The project stopped, so I was back to Singapore. My job is mostly outstation.
So like a number of Singaporeans, he decided to pick up a new pursuit.
I live here close to the sea. I think I find that kayaking is one of the hobby. And I'm a fishing enthusiastic guy, so that's where I started and look around for kayak. There's a couple of companies which even sell kayak and help you to maintain your kayak.
The rising interest in kayaking has also translated to higher demand for related services in the sport.
Singaporeans got stuck in Singapore, so they are looking for activities, and I think kayaking is one of the interesting activity for them. We do sightseeing, we do exploration, we do some exercise actually. It's really a very good exercise. I think people can spend thousands of dollars on bicycle. I think one kayak will cost about, depends on the range. Some basic like mine is not too much, it's just $1,000 over. Some can go up to $3,000-4,000.
Entrepreneur Mohammad Nordin knew an opportunity when he saw it, so he expanded his kayaking and fishing business.
Due to the pandemic, the business for doing kayak fishing tour increased tremendously with the help of social media and sharing. So I decided to purchase more of the kayak from a local distributor. I sold off my car because never really used it, and then I used that money to actually purchase a van and invest more on the kayak itself.
It's a similar story on land. Businesses dealing in cycling-related products have reported a significant increase in demand for bicycles and related accessories, giving a lift to prices and revenues as well. But it's plants, not bikes, that are the passion project for Nicholas, Darren, Haikal and Azizan. The hobby brought them together in September last year, and they're now partners in a company that runs a greenhouse.
This has been a hobby since many years ago. The plants look amazing, right? You look at the leaves, each new leaf comes out different. So you don't know what you're going to expect when the leaf comes out. So that's what makes the hobby really interesting.
Running the greenhouse has given productivity a boost, and it's been a boon for the business.
Ever since we shifted most of our plants to the greenhouse here, I would say the environment is more conducive in terms of the humidity level, the natural sunlight that we're getting. The growth rate exponentially increases and became a lot faster compared to what we are keeping at home. Nothing beats the natural sunlight.
With better use of equipment and technology, their collection has grown and includes more valuable exotic plants that they source from regions as far away as the Amazon. Some unique varieties could fetch more than 10,000 Singapore dollars a pot.
When we talk about the value of the plants, because during this COVID period, a lot of people, they cannot travel, they cannot do things that of the norm. So this plant hobby actually goes all the way up. And the supply of the plants around Singapore is also not a lot. When the supply is low, the demand is high. Naturally, the prices will shoot up. So we are talking about some plants that 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that cost only $20. And nobody really wants that plant so much.